That will be in 6 hours. Join us for the football show then. However, for now, time for us to do a review of a tournament that we've been talking about for the past 3 weeks or so. For 16 days, 16 countries have been thrilling the whole of Ghana and West Africa, and indeed the world, with its brand of football, that's West African football. The WAFU 2017 was successful. Ghana, Nigeria went to the final, and it was the Black Stars that, with a polished 4-1 win against their age-old rivals, made sure that the trophy was in Ghana. We'll do a quick review. In studio with me, Selwyn Saki. And Selwyn, thank you very much for joining us.
Anytime.
So, key points. We kept on talking about how fiery the game was likely to be yesterday. That was ahead of the build-up. 4-1, was it a true reflection of the game we saw?
Definitely was, because before they played this game, we played against the Nigerians, and then they beat us 2-0, which was in the group stage. So definitely the Nigerians had the upper hand when you talk about football as in being played. Ghanaians, we being the host nation, definitely expected more from this team. We demanded a lot from them because they failed to qualify for the CHAN tournament, and in this WAFU Cup of Nations as a host nation, they were definitely expected to win. They did that, beat Nigerians, which is their debut rivals, handsomely 4-1. Good performances from the players like Stephen Saffo, the striker, Patrick Razak, and Vincent Atinga.
So we're seeing Stephen Saffo's goal there. Took it well, beat several defenders and put the ball behind them. So, I mean, lots of you on social media agree with Selwyn about the fact that, you know, the score was a true reflection. And then we saw the penalty. However, the analysis for this game will be done a lot, but we're reviewing the tournament in general. I know we've spoken about this before. You've given the organization, the last time you gave the organization what? Yeah. Over 10?
A 9 over 10.
A 9 over 10. You still maintain it?
Maintain 9 over 10, because in the final we saw how they run everything up, how the presentation of the trophies and everything was looking quite world class, because Fox Sports organized very well. Media coverage, social media, their website was informative 24/7. Everything that the fans needed, and whoever wanted to access the tournament on every platform, they provided it for us.
They provided it. So, and then we can look at, apart from the organization, the football itself. You weren't too happy about a week or so ago with, you know, the pitches especially, but that was before the Indom Stadium came. I mean, in the intervening period, you still maintain that they could have done better with the pitches.
Could have done better with the pitches. Before this tournament, we were expected to use the AC Pond Stadium and the Cape Coast Stadium, but the AC Pond wasn't fit for the tournament, so they had to add the Indom Stadium to the Cape Coast Stadium. But even the Cape Coast Stadium, which was the official stadium, had one of the worst pitches you've ever seen. But as time went on, they tried to improve it. Yeah. I heard the pitch was sprayed for some time to make it a little bit greener. But even though we still need a smooth surface for the players to play. But taking away from that, the teams prepared themselves very well. I was surprised with the way they took it very serious because of how the tournament was just brought in unexpectedly. The Ghana League had to be put to a halt for some time. The Nigerian team also made sure that their league had to finish before they come here. They did that, and the way they played, Nigeria just coming away from their league and moving to the final, I think was quite impressive. Most of it, we saw surprises from Benin and Niger. So you can see that in terms of preparation, the teams did their possible best, and they brought the good football we saw on the field.
So speaking of the teams, obviously Ghana won the trophy. Nigeria came second. We also saw Niger taking the bronze medal, if you like, or the runners-up. And then we also saw that Benin, you know, finished fourth. Were the teams good value for money?
They were. You can say that because these are African players. We know how our development is. It's not up to what we see in Europe. So with what they've done, you can see the teams with the less resources they have, they still try to manage a good squad, brought everything. Everyone had, especially Ghana, we had a good medical team, because when we played in our group stage game against Nigeria, we saw a whole lot of injuries, but then we were quite surprised to see them to play in the semi-final and also in the final, and then the win. So we give credit to the teams and the medical teams.
Right. Thank you very much, Selwyn, for the very brief analysis. We'll be doing an extended one at 10:30 on the football show. It's a 30-minute program. We'll be looking at various angles tonight, and of course, we'll be looking at your thoughts on the ticket pricing and so on and so forth. In the next 30 to 45 minutes, the Joy Sports team will be heading to the Alisa Hotel here in Accra where we'll be having the current edition or the second edition of the Joy Sports Dialogue. This year's event is coming off today at the Bochi Hall of that hotel, and the topic is, has Ghana failed to explore the business potential of sports? I think it's coming a good time because the speakers are Magnus Rex Dankwa, a sports consultant who was in charge of the operations at the Can 2008, Mahuko Afajino, president of the Ghana Table Tennis Association, and also Dr. Bella Bello Bitugu, director of sports at the University of Ghana. The 2017 edition of the Joy Sports Dialogue will be live today here on the JoyNews channel from 6 p.m. So join us then. The Joy Sports team will be there. On the back of the WAFU 2017, there isn't a better time for us to have this discussion. I'm Gary L. Smith. We'll see you back on TV in an hour and 30 minutes.